Hello everybody. Thanks for tuning into my channel. My name's Max. Let's look at these Defiance option strategy funds and see how we ended up on the day. The market's closed now. Let's look at the charts. We'll start with the Russell 2000. This is what the fund IWMY trades, and yes, this looks like a full profit. We never even touched the profit box and we finished well above it. Good job, Russell 2000. Good job, IWMY. So now we'll check the spreadsheet. We could see our closing price was 20.33 and we needed to close at 20.25 or above for a full profit, so we did. We were going for 456,000, which is exactly how much we realized. We realized 100% of the max profit. It amounts to a 90 basis point capture, and that also amounts to 19 cents per share. You could probably hear Jackson scratching himself. That also amounts to 19 cents per share, which is a pretty nice capture. So I've added a column up here. I like to look at the average daily capture. And then I turn that into a yearly number, because these are how the funds advertise. They say this fund's going to pay 60%, or this is how they advertise yield. The yield on this fund is 12%. The yield on this fund is 6%. Anyway, so the yield on this fund right now is give or take 117% in terms of annual yield. I get, though, that people want to look at it in earnings per share also, or in dollar terms. Also, over here in the last column, I put a running total. So they made $2.1 million for the month, but that amounts to an 8 cents per share daily capture. And then I figure out what portion of the month is left and figure out if we keep earning at that rate for the rest of the month, what we would make for the month in dollars. I realize they don't pay our dividends in percentage points. They pay our dividends in dollars. So I think this number, I hope this number helps everyone in the running total here. And I'll try to start emphasizing it more. All right, let's look over here at SPX and see how they did. This is what JEPY trades. Oh, wow. This one dipped into the profit box and looked like it was going for a loser, but then it ran right out of it at the end of the day and it finished close to the top. So I would expect close to a full profit. So let's see what the numbers tell us and make sure that's right. All right, our max profit was 47.55. Our break even was 47.38. So we closed at 47.54.63. Oh, wow. What is that, 37 cents? Yeah, we missed it by 37 cents. So 37 cents is how much the option was in the money by. And so that's what we would have had, what the fund managers would have had to pay to close it out. Now, having said that, I haven't seen the daily, they don't release the daily numbers till later. I will check all these numbers and make sure that they didn't close out any of these trades early. And if they did, I'll revise this number right here to reflect the true number. But if they just let it run till the end of the day, it looks like they made $359,700. They were going for a max profit of $367, but they had a realized profit of $359,700. So that's a realized capture of 35 basis points, which is pretty nice. It equates to about 6 cents per share. And their running total is 2.5 or 2.6 million basically. So let's look over here. On an annual yield basis, this is hitting the rate of about 40%, and which isn't great. It's been earning more in the past, but this fund's been having the worst time of it this month compared to the other two. So if you want to think about it in cents per share, it comes out to 3 cents per share, which is a projected monthly earnings per share of 60 cents. So we'll see how that goes. Finally, let's go over here to the old NDX. This is what QQQY trades, and this chart looks very similar to the S&P chart, to the SPX. It ran out of the profit box for a while, but then ran back up, and it closed, I'd say, 3/4 of the way through or so, maybe a little less. So we'll see if the numbers make sense. So let's see, we needed to close between 16,810 and 16,719. The actual close was 16,777.40. So that's 32 points in the money. So our max profit we were going for originally was 1.49 million. We ended up realizing $957,268. That's how much we realized, assuming they didn't close out early. And when I do the nightly update, we'll talk about that and make sure they didn't. They usually don't. They usually let it run till the end of the day, but sometimes they do close it early. So I will double check all that. This made a capture on the day of 37 basis points. So this makes an average daily capture of 22 basis points, which projects an annual yield of 54%. But thinking in dollars, we had today's capture was a 7 cents per share capture. And so that makes an average on the month of 4 cents a share. And so we project that over the course of the rest of the month, and we should earn, give or take, 85 cents a share. Then also over here on this spreadsheet, I have the running total in a different place. When I make the new spreadsheets for next month, the running total, all the columns will be in the same place. I didn't want to do it this late in the month because it messes up all my formulas. I would have had to change everything around. But anyway, but there's the information. The information's there. Here's something interesting that I noticed. After the big losing day the other day, we were at 11.6. And then after the big losing day, it knocked us down to 8.1 million running. We've almost got it back. Well, not quite. I mean, we're still $900,000 away. I shouldn't say we almost got it back. But I was checking out this other one on IWMY. We did get it back. We have achieved it. We were at 1.9 million before the big down day. That knocked us down to 1 million. But then yesterday and today's profits brought us back above where we were. So IWMY is definitely stronger than JEPY and QQQY. And of course, you can tell that by these gigantic numbers up here. 117% annual yield, or $1.74 earnings per share capture. You know, let's say they paid 90% of that out, which is what they do a lot of the times, I think. So take 17 cents off $1.74. So just call it $1. So call it $1.60 or $1.50. Call it whatever you want. But the fund only costs $20. $20.88. So if you're getting $1.50 this month, or $1.60, $1.70, whatever it is, that's something else. That's going to be a nice paycheck this month. We'll see how the month ends up. And these are just guesstimates. We'll see how much they actually pay, but I'm betting this one's going to be pretty darn juicy. All right, I'm going to be back with my late night show tonight, and I'm going to talk about some things that came up during the day and respond to a few viewer emails. And I'm also going to talk about some basic option strategies. That'll be around 11 or 12 tonight. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great afternoon.